Welcome to Titus Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is April the 24th, 2024. We're going to be talking about NXT because we got two championships, and it's week one of NXT's spring break-in. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting closer to the draft. They've been talking about the draft, and we all know that Roxanne and Dragunov is allowed. They are eligible to be drafted to Raw or SmackDown this Friday. I'm sorry about the alarm. Somebody's car alarm is going off, so it's going to be a little annoying. But we got some updates. We got some news. Ladies and gentlemen, we heard that on Monday, NXT Battleground will be held in the UFC arena, Apex. So that's going to be interesting because they've been showing us what it looks like inside, and it's not a big arena. It looks like NXT arena. But ladies and gentlemen, they're going to be hold a pay-per-view, a PLE at the UFC Apex arena. And ladies and gentlemen, that will happen on June 9th. And then we got another release, and it was emotional because this guy wanted to just be in WWE, and he talked about the last words he talked to his passed away father. He signed with WWE. Ladies and gentlemen, WWE just released yesterday Cameron Grimes. Now his name is Trevor Lee. We could see him back in TNA because he's a former X Division champion and people would love to see him back in there. Or he could go to AEW. I hope he doesn't because AEW still has a whole bunch of people. And see, this is what I don't understand because WWE is doing this to like cut some down because they had a lot of people. They've been hiring a lot of people. They've been bringing people back. And so they try to cut some slim. I think that's what they're trying to say. They're trying to cut some of the try to have less people in their brands. Because now they're going to have some NXT stars coming to Raw and SmackDown, and it's going to be overcrowded with superstars. So if they didn't release them, there's going to be a whole bunch of superstars from NXT going to Raw and SmackDown. We don't know how many people they're going to be drafting, but we know maybe Baron Corbin might be in it. We know Dragunov. We know Roxanne will be there. Maybe a whole bunch of people that have been in NXT for years might be drafted to Raw or SmackDown. So, but AEW, you have all these people and they're not getting used. Why do you still have them? They're not helping you get money or get your show a push because they're not getting used. So they need to do something there. I'm sorry for Cameron Grimes for being released. I'm sorry for the 5 guys that got released like during SmackDown last week. That got released. It sucks that people lose their jobs. We got the yards today. It sucks that people lose their jobs because nobody deserves to lose their job, but it's a business, guys. It's a business. They can't have so many people in there because they're going to have some NXT guys on Raw and SmackDown now. And they have some trainees that we got a tag team making their debut next week. So they're going to add more people in there on the list of people that would be on NXT. And that's what they want to do. So, yeah. So we got an interesting NXT spring break-in. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a contract signing for the NXT Underground between Natalya and Lola Vice. And Lola Vice was trying to give us a surprise of who her trainer will be. Because I guess you need a trainer. Normally, when Dijak and Eddie Thorpe have an underground match, they didn't need a trainer. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is the women's. They need a trainer for some reason. I don't know why, because Natalya does the submissions, and Lola Vice does the knockouts, so technically they don't need trainers. But, ladies and gentlemen, we know who the trainer for Natalya is, Carmen something. I forgot her last name. But they talk trash to each other that Lola Vice is going to knock her out, beat her butt off, and Natalya says she's going to make her tap. And Lola Vice brought out her trainer. I thought it would be a debut somebody from their trainees, but it's not. It's a former NXT Women's Champion, Shayna Baszler, making a return to NXT. And she's the trainer of Lola Vice. And then she says to Carmen, if this is your trainer, you should quit. And Carmen just kicked Shayna Baszler right in the head and knocked her out of the ring. There was no ropes when they were doing the contract signing, because that's what they're going to be doing next week. No ropes, just a ring and posts. So that's what happened there. And then there was a brawl between Lola Vice and Natalya, but Natalya just throws Lola Vice off the ring, and there was a crowd around the ring like they're going to do next week, and she just throws them on top of them. So Natalya, it's not about Royal. You can't. The mallet doesn't really do anything. You can fight outside of the ring as well, in the NXT Underground. Well, Ava had a meeting with the two general managers. She's talking about the draft, making stars' careers change their careers, because they're going to go to the main roster. They might come to WrestleMania. They could win the World Heavyweight title or any type of title, but we don't know who it is. And she says we need to find out who's going to replace them, because when someone is gone, they had to get replaced from NXT. And she says they're going to be watching the matches here, and Ava says NXT is going to be changing after this week, after this night. Oh, it did change. Ladies and gentlemen, first match of the evening, we got Roxanne Perez versus Laura Valkyria versus Tatum Paxley for the NXT Women's Championship in a triple threat match. I thought it was a pretty decent match. Ladies and gentlemen, almost at the end, Tatum Paxley looked like she was about to win the match. She did like a signature move, and then a 450. She got it, but Roxanne just come out of nowhere and rose up Tatum Paxley to get the win. Roxanne Perez is still the champion, but remember, she's eligible to be drafted, and she's still going to be champion. The Angel family in the 6-man tag team match. We have Luca, Stax, and D'Angelo versus No Quarter Catch Crew. That will be Miles Bourne, Damon Kidd, and Johnny Dempsey. There's no more Drew Gulak. They even took him off the Titantron. His name is not on the Titantron. I don't think he's part of the group anymore. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, I got the hiccups now. I thought it was an interesting 6-man tag team match. It was pretty decent. The fans went nuts about it, but the winner of that match. It's hard to get this thing done when I keep yawning. It was a pretty decent match, but the winner of that match was the D'Angelo family. And Tony and D'Angelo pinned the Heritage Cup champion. I know they all say we're the champion, but technically Johnny Dempsey's the real champion. Tony D'Angelo beats and pinned Charlie Dempsey. Will he get a shot of the championship, or will Tony D'Angelo and his team come to main roster from the draft? I have no idea. And then we got Jada Parker versus Fallon Henley. Ladies and gentlemen, Jada Parker beat up Fallon Henley in the match. Nothing big happened. She just got a win. Cool. And then we had Sol Ruka versus Belair Davenport in a beach brawl match. There was a lot of balls. There was a lot of balls that doesn't hurt people. Like, seriously. They even have floaties as a weapon. There was so many things that less to be a weapon. But they had like a picnic basket, picnic table They had the bench there. They used that. They used the picnic table that looks like a normal table because it had the brown parts on the top. But they had like picnic legs. But they put Sol Ruka put Belair Davenport into that table. But the winner of that match was Sol Ruka. Then we have Lexis Kane versus Baron Corbin because Lexis Kane thought Baron Corbin is leaving NXT, so he had a goodbye basket. And ladies and gentlemen, and that's all that happened there. But the winner of that match was Lexis King after he did a low blow and he did his finisher. Lexis King gets the win. It's the biggest win of his career, I guess. That's what Vic Joseph said. And then we had the biggest match of Trick Williams' career against Dragunov for the NXT Championship. And if Trick Williams doesn't win, he will have to leave NXT. And they made it so big that there's some of the main roster guys that made their predictions was in the crowd. We got Johnny Gargano, Pete Dunne and Todd Bates, the Creed brothers, and Ivy Nile was watching this match. I thought it was a good match. Everybody went nuts. The whole fans went nuts. But ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that match and your new NXT champion, whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. The new champion is Trick Williams. He doesn't have to leave NXT, and he took down the Mad Dragon. Oh my God, Trick Williams is the new champion. Dragunov tried everything to keep him down, but Dragunov wouldn't stay down. After the William knee, the Trick knee, whatever you want to call it, he did that. 1, 2, 3. Trick Williams is your new NXT. This is what I like about WWE the most right now, is their stories. It's nice to see Swerve Strickland as the AEW World Champion, but it wasn't a story. He had one match for that championship, and then he won the second match because people want to see him to be the champion. They want to see Swerve Strickland as a champion. It's not Swerve trying to do his career goal and win the world championship. That's everybody's career goal. But with WWE, you had Cody Rhodes fighting for this championship over 2 years now. It took him 2 years to get to the undisputed WWE championship. It took him 2 years after beat up from the last 2 years. He got attacked by Solo, Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, The Rock, everybody that wanted to destroy Cody Rhodes and keep him away from that championship. Just like Trick Williams, he fought Dragunov 3 times, and we thought it was over when he had his second match and he lost. We thought it was over until they put him back in the championship scene. Because we thought this Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams will be longer. Not just stand and deliver in the steel cage match. But the story, this is why the fans go nuts, because these guys actually deserve it because they've shown it. They actually shown what they could do in this ring. I'm not saying Sir Strickland never showed what he could do in the ring. He's good in the ring. He's good. It's just Tony Khan sucks at making stories. He does not make a storyline. I don't think Sir Strickland is going to be the top guy right away. He's not going to be the top guy, not right away. I meant like for a long time. He's not going to be a top guy for a long time. He's just going to be the top guy for a couple of months, and then they're going to say, okay, and Tony Khan does not know how to make a storyline. He makes good matches. I'm not saying I hate AEW. I don't hate AEW. I like their matches. Some of them. I like their matches, some of them. Sometimes I get entertained, sometimes I don't get entertained. Just like WWE, I get entertained and I don't get entertained. I do the same thing with TNA. There's some parts of it I don't get entertained. But the part to entertain people is the storyline, not just the matches. The storyline. WWE has everything. They have romance, they have comedy, they have the action. AEW doesn't have that. They don't have the drama. They don't have the comedy either. No, a lot of people are trying to be funny. Everybody has to be so serious. Like, seriously, there's no guy that is like R-Truth to have fun. Everybody has to be so serious. Like, seriously, well, I guess the Acclaim, but they don't make jokes. They just make raps, and it feels like it's a serious raps. They're roasting their opponents. They're not making people laugh. They're just roasting their opponents. But like seriously, AEW needs to do some things. They need to fix some things. I get entertained only for the wrestling parts. When they have good wrestling matches. I don't know about Jon Moxley and Will Hobbs because I'm not a big fan of big guy facing somebody. Like, Hobbs is just a big guy. He's not like Ivar that could do moonsaults or do crazy things while he's a big guy and he does diving off the turnbuckle and does moonsaults, suicide dives, and all that stuff. He's not like that. Or he's not like Bronson Reed that does the same thing as Ivar when he's that big. I'm not saying I hate AEW. I'm just saying AEW could do better. Tony Khan, you need to do better. Because some people is not going to just like the wrestling. They want to see a story. Every TV show has a story in that show. Every TV show has a story. It doesn't matter. Every scripted show has a story. WWE has a story. I understand that you guys think you're just all professional wrestling. But we all know it's scripted as well. Every wrestling is scripted. But there's more dangerous stuff in there because there's more blood. You use more dangerous weapons than WWE does. But it's still scripted. That's what I think. It's still scripted. And if you want to be the best and you want to get a lot of viewership, because that's how you get your money, that's how people get paid, you need to do better. I'm sorry. But if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I can't wait for the draft, and I'm hoping, people are saying next week or this week that Jacob Fatu is making his debut. I'm hoping it's this week because we have the draft. I'm hoping the Bloodline gets drafted this week. I hope we don't have to wait until next week, Monday, for them to get drafted. And I'm hoping they get drafted. Normally they give us a list of who's getting drafted on that day. They didn't give us a list yet who's getting drafted. Maybe because they're getting releasing people, so they're going to wait until the final releases to give us who's in the list of people that's going to get drafted today on Friday nights, and then the list of people that's going to get drafted on Monday night. I don't think there's going to be a lot of guys getting drafted on Friday night because it's a 2-hour show, but there's going to be a lot more people getting drafted on Monday Night Raw. When Monday Night Raw is drafting happening. So yeah, let's see what happens. If you guys enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys tomorrow for AEW results. Let's see what happens on AEW. Will we get Jack Perry contract, a renewed contract, because he ripped his old one in New Japan? And we're going to see why he attacked FTR. Well, it can't be because of CM Punk. Please don't bring up CM Punk, because CM Punk works for WWE, not AEW. There's no rivalry there. Because remember what they said on the footage, or after the footage, that CM Punk is best friends with FTR, and that's why Jack Perry attacked FTR. He attacked CM Punk's best friends, but it's not going to do anything because CM Punk doesn't work there, so there's no match there. He works for WWE now. He has a problem with Drew McIntyre, not Jack Perry. I hope they don't bring up CM Punk. I really don't. I really hope. Don't bring up CM Punk. Don't try to put a rivalry on CM Punk. It's like when they did with TNA. They tried to do a rivalry with Vince McMahon, but with the New Age Outlaws. I forgot what they call themselves in TNA. They tried to make a rivalry with Vince McMahon, calling him out to have a match. Well, his two guys versus the New Age Outlaws. But Vince was not part of TNA. He's not going to come to TNA because that's not his show. Just like WCW did the same thing with Eric Bischoff, calling out Vince McMahon. And Vince never showed because he's not part of that show. So yeah, I hope they don't do the same thing with AEW. They tried to make a rivalry or tried to make a match with a guy that doesn't work there. You guys want to talk trash about him? Stop. If you want him to stop talking about you guys, leave him alone and let him do his job at WWE. Let him heal and let him go back to his job, because it's getting really annoying that you guys are going to keep on bugging and keep talking about him. Is that the only way you guys get your views, is talking about CM Punk? You showed us the footage. CM Punk told us his side of the story. It's done. It's been 8 months ago. It's done. CM Punk is out of your hair. He's gone. He's in WWE now. It's done. So, leave it. I will understand if CM Punk is still in the company, but he's not in the company. He's in WWE. So how about you just leave it? It would be smart if you just leave it alone. Let's see what Jack Perry has to say, if he's there, if he's going to be having a promo. Let's hope he doesn't mention CM Punk or try and make a rivalry with him. I'm hoping that, some reason that's in my head now, because I remember that Young Bucks says they lost their match at Wembley because of that, and CM Punk's his best friends with FTR. Friends with FTR. So I'm hoping they don't do that. So let's hope it doesn't. That's all for today. Time is out. See you guys tomorrow. Bye for AEW.